Assalamu alaikum, sisters. I hope everyone's well, and I hope a few of you are here, at least watching me. Let's see who's here. So if you're here, just let me know in the comments, inshallah. Just say salam. And yes, my niqab is totally creased today because it was in my bag and I've just pulled it out and put it on. So apologies for that. Anyway, who's here then? Someone's here. Say salam. Let me see who's here. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It says swipe left to see comments, and oh yes, I can see them now. Assalamu alaikum, Nawal. How are you? Alhamdulillah. There's somebody else here as well, but I'm just getting the hang of this Facebook thing. But anyway, we shall start, inshallah. So a few nuggets just for everyone to get all prepped up and get their mind ready to receive information, inshallah, from tomorrow. So as you all know, the Mindset Challenge is starting tomorrow, inshallah, and I'm all hyped up and I hope you are too. And so today, I just wanted to share a few things that you can start doing right now, which inshallah will help you with the Mindset Challenge, will help you with achieving your goals. And these are tried and tested methods that I've used over and over again, and they definitely make a massive difference. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is actually a dua. It's a dua, which is Noel saying she's looking forward to it. So am I. Okay. Oh, I'm in my mom's house, by the way. These are her plants. My mom loves plants. So do I, actually. Anyway, back to the point. I was trying to say, so the first thing I'm going to share with you is a dua, which is Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-huzn wal-ajzi wal-kasal wal-jubni wal-bukhl. And I'll write this dua and post it in the group, inshallah. But this dua it says Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-huzn. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from hum, which is anxiety and worry, and from huzn, which is sadness. So the scholars say that the hum part, the anxiety and the worry, is when you're holding worry or anxiety or stressing about something that's going to happen in the future. So you're saying to Allah, I seek refuge from you in anything that makes me anxious or makes me worried about anything that's coming up in the future. That's hum. And then I seek refuge in you from huzn, which is sadness, and that the scholars have defined as when you translate, you just write down I seek refuge from anxiety and sadness, and it doesn't quite make sense. Why would you repeat those words? Because they mean similar meaning. They have a similar meaning. But actually, huzn means being sad or being upset or overthinking something that's already happened in the past. So you're going to seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from anxiety about the future and from sadness over the past. Min al-ajzi wal-kasal. Ajz is like when you feel like helpless about your situation, powerless about your situation, like I can't do anything, how can I fix this, this is out of my control. And we so often feel like that, and that is actually one of the big reasons which stops us from doing anything. Oh, assalamu alaikum Zahra, you're here as well. Yeah, so I'm just sharing a dua. So this is my first tip, is this dua, that I want you to repeat this dua often over the next few days, and especially today, inshallah, in preparation for the challenge. So I was getting through, so it starts with I seek refuge in you, Allah, from hum, from huzn, well, ajz. And ajz is this feeling of helplessness, hopelessness, not being able to do anything, not feeling motivated. And that is actually one of the main reasons that stops us from taking action and achieving our goals. So you're seeking refuge from Allah from ajz. And then kasal is laziness. So that's sort of when you do know you want to do something, but you're just lazy, can't get up, can't do it, just maybe I'll just wait another 5 minutes, snooze the alarm again, or maybe I'll wake up later, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. So that sort of thing, that's kasal, when you're lazy. So you're seeking refuge from Allah from laziness. Min al-ajzi wal-kasal wal-jubn. And jubn is a bit like cowardice. So you're too scared to take any steps towards where you want to go or take any action. And Assalamu alaikum, Ruqayya is here as well. Oh wow, getting an audience today. So the fifth one is ajz, which is no, sorry, not ajz. Which one was I talking about? Jubn. So jubn is like cowardice inside the heart, and that is another big reason. Which stops us from going for our goals or taking action. When we're too scared to do anything different, when we're too scared to go out of our comfort zone, when we're too scared to face our fears, when we're too scared to look within ourselves, because believe me, all the hurdles that you're facing, or in any area, let's say if you're trying to grow your relationships, or you're trying to grow your wealth, or you're trying to get more healthier, the hurdles are not so much that you don't have time, or that you don't have enough money, or that you're not able to do it physically. It's more in the mind, and it's more about how you control your mind. So most of the time it's fears. So sometimes the fear can be the fear of taking action and going into something new, and sometimes the fear is just about actually going within yourself and examining what's going on inside your heart, inside your mind, and how you can tackle that. So again, we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from jubn, to save us from cowardice, to save us from this fear of not moving forward, or not facing ourselves, or not facing where we want to go. So it's asking Allah for help from that. And bukhl is miserliness. And that can be, you can be miserly with your knowledge, you can be stingy with your knowledge, you can be stingy with your money, you can be stingy with your actions. So you can be stingy with how you help people, you can be stingy with your smile. If you're always frowning at people, you're not sharing your happiness with them. All of these things in this dua, all of these things that we're seeking refuge from, they can all stand in the way of us achieving success or moving forward in our lives. So I've explained it a little bit, because I know if I had just posted the dua and said make this dua, it wouldn't have as much meaning. So this is one dua that you can start making from today, inshallah, to open your mind up, open your heart up, and get Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's help. And there's actually a narration from one of there's a hadith about this dua, where one sahabi radiallahu anhu, he was sitting in the masjid. I think his name was Abu Umama, but I'll confirm that with you later. But he was sitting in the masjid, and it wasn't salah time. And the Prophet ﷺ went and he said, the Prophet ﷺ said, Abu Umama, what's brought you to the masjid when it's not salah time? And he said, Ya Rasulullah, I'm really stressed because I've got so many debts to pay, and I just haven't got anything to pay them off, and I'm really worried, and I'm really anxious, and I'm really stressed about this. So the Prophet ﷺ said to him, don't get stressed, don't be anxious, read this dua and Allah will solve your problems. And he said that as soon as I started reading this dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened the doors for me, and everything just got sorted out. And from that day on, whenever I felt stressed or anxious about anything, whether it was money related or anything else, I made this dua and Allah just solved my problems. So this is that dua. So you can start making this dua, inshallah. And then the second tip that I wanted to tell you is about when we want to achieve our goals, when we want to move forward in any area of our life, we need to have clarity in our mind. So if our mind is full of different thoughts, full of too many things, or we've got too much on our plate, we can't think clearly, and that can't help us achieve our goals. So for example, if I'm sitting here right now and I'm trying to do this Facebook Live, I'm also thinking about, how am I going to get to work tomorrow? What time I'm going to sleep? I need to iron my clothes. I need to do this. I need to do that. I'm not going to be able to focus on any one particular goal, and I'm not going to be able to achieve any of them in a productive or in a good manner. So to get focused and to achieve, you need to be clear in your mind. You need to have clarity in your mind. And one of the ways you can do that, practical ways, is to declutter. And trust me, this just works miracles. Just try it. Just declutter. Just even like, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, don't go into excess. The Prophet ﷺ used to live a minimal lifestyle. Like I've really been reading about minimalism, and it's so much in touch with the sunnah and in line with it. It's amazing. So just today, even if you just spend one day on it, just declutter. Look at your desk. Have you got extra things on your desk that you don't need? Get rid of them. Have you got papers or receipts in your purses that you don't need? Get rid of them. Anything in your room, at least as a minimum, at least declutter the space that you spend the most time in, and watch the effect that that has on your mind, and how your mind, when it has less things to concentrate on, it starts working much better, and you start getting clarity on where you want to go with your life. So the second tip is to start decluttering, like physically decluttering anything. Like, for example, I did this about 3 weeks ago. I do it quite often, but 3 weeks ago I just went through my car, went through my room, literally got rid of so many things. If I had extra clothes, I gave them away to charity. And just so declutter and watch how it affects your mind. And this will also open your mind up to concentrate more, inshallah, during the mindset challenge and get the benefit that you want from it. So that's tip number 2. And tip number 3, which is also to do with decluttering the mind, but this is more to do with your thinking and your thoughts and your feelings. So I don't want you to come to the challenge all stressed and anxious. Oh, I've just got back from work, I'm so stressed, I'm so tired, I've got this to think about, I've got that to think about, and you're not going to be able to receive the information that I give you, and you're not going to be able to process it, you're not going to be able to take any action because you're so boggled in your mind. So the third tip that Assalamu alaikum, Ruqayya saying lol. Yeah. Have you ever felt that like that? Okay, tell me in the comments, have you ever been in that situation? I know I've been there. Like in university, you go to a lecture and you're so stressed out and you're thinking about so many other things that the lectures, like it's like you sit down in your seat and next minute the lecture's finished and you're like, oh wow, what did he say? What did she say? What was that lecture about? And you start asking your friends, what were they saying? What was that about? I totally missed it, I don't know where I was. So when you want to receive knowledge, or when you want to receive any information, you need to make sure your mind is open and receptive to that information, that your mind is present. Ruqayya is saying all the time. I know, I understand. Like even sometimes when I'm driving, my mind just goes into auto mode and I just drive on, like, obviously I know the routes, my brain's so used to it, and I just start driving without even thinking. And next minute, it's like sometimes I'd forget that actually today I was supposed to go somewhere else, and because I'm so busy thinking, I end up somewhere else. And maybe that doesn't happen to everyone, but I'm a bit like that. So what I wanted to say was that, Sarah's here as well. Assalamu alaikum, Sarah. And Nawal saying yes all the time. Yes, subhanAllah. So back to my tip number 3. Tip number 3 is that even today, sit down and just write down everything that's on your mind. It's in a way, it's like you're taking all this energy, these thoughts, worries, feelings, everything out of your mind and onto the paper and out of your brain, so you can sleep well and you can be more receptive, inshallah, tomorrow. And if it really helps you even tomorrow, before you show up for the challenge, just get a piece of paper, spend about 10 minutes before you come to the challenge and just write down everything which is on your mind, everything that you're thinking or worried about, and let it all out. Write it on a piece of paper and leave it there, so that you don't bring all this sort of extra junk, I call it junk, with you when you're attending, and you can actually listen and hear. And Zahra saying, I've taken the wrong route too, lol, whilst driving. Yeah, I just did it the other day. So normally when I finish work, I go to my accommodation, and I was supposed to actually come to my mother's house. And instead of going to my accommodation, because I was so busy thinking, instead of coming to Derby, where my mom is, I was so busy thinking that I went to my accommodation and then I had to drive all the way from there. Sarah saying, wa alaikum salam. Oh, thank you for the kiss. Love you too. Zahra, lol, yeah, lol. I've done it so many times, so don't worry. So there you go. There's my 3 tips for you, inshallah. And if you and remember, this mindset challenge is going to be about taking action and actually following through on the steps that I give you. So don't expect results if you don't take the action. If you want to see results, if you really want to change your mindset by the end of these 5 days, you need to start taking action. So really start taking action. So I've told you 3 things. Make that dua that I told you. Number 2, declutter, like physically declutter your space, declutter your car, declutter your purse, declutter the room that you are in, if not the whole house, if you can, if you're more energetic. And number 3, declutter your mind by writing out whatever you're thinking, and it's called like, it's actually a form of journaling where you just write down everything that's on your mind and let it out. And if you want to go a step further, just tear that piece of paper up and throw it in the bin, so you know it's like you physically got rid of all the thoughts and feelings and all the things that were going on in your mind. And Nadia's here as well. Assalamu alaikum, Nadia. You probably will have to catch up with the rest of this video now. Does anybody have any questions about the 3 things I've mentioned before I leave? Like I said before, my niqab is so creased. Khair, doesn't matter. Okay, I think I'm going to say, some people haven't said salam. Anyway, okay, inshallah, and I hope you're super pumped and excited for this mindset challenge. And Ria is saying, I miss you missed number 1. Okay, number 1, is it Regia? Regia, I hope I'm saying your name right, Regia. The first one was to make this dua. Inshallah, the replay of this video will remain in the Facebook group, so you can watch it again. It's a very short video, so when you watch it again, you'll get number 1. It's a dua, and inshallah, we'll be typing the dua out into the group with the translation to explain it. And Sarah's saying, could you type the dua? Yeah, I'll do that, inshallah. I'll type the dua and I'll explain the meaning of it as well. And Nadia's saying, are you in the Sahara? What gave you that suggestion? It's brown walls with paint. And there's plants there. Plants don't exist in the desert. Asya Dubar, what is the topic? Okay, for the sisters who are just joining now, inshallah, just go back and watch the video and you'll get all the tips. There's 3 tips about what to do to prepare for the mindset challenge. And yes, I'll type the dua up. And Sarah's saying, yes, my mom's plants. Yes, my mom's plants as well. Sarah's my sister. Okay, I think that's okay for now. Ruqayya's laughing. Oh, you're laughing at the desert. No, I'm not in the desert. I would love to be in the desert, but I'm not right now. Okay. Jazakallah khair, everyone. And I hope you have a good night. And I hope you take action on those tips that I've given you today before the challenge comes up. And assalamu alaikum.